Hello everyone and welcome to another round of Sam sharing, and some cases oversharing, some cases undersharing, being crazy, whatever. We are where we are. And I know that typically these videos are more on the mundane level, but Mercury Retrograde started yesterday, and because I know that all of you are losing your minds just as much as I am, if in some cases probably more, let me tell you, don't worry. It'll all be done before December 1st. I can tell you that. Of course, we're still going to deal with that shadow period, but we'll worry about that when we get there, right? Right now, let's just look at what we do know about our typical retrogrades. Mercury retrograde typically deals with travel, communication, and technology. Yes, those two are actually different categories before you go saying, but they're the same. No, they're not. No, they're not. Communication is how we talk to each other. Technology, obviously these fun little devices that we're sharing right now. Alright, that's something that you deal with every Mercury retrograde. Those three are always hyper affected every damn time. It sucks. But it is what it is, because those are the energies that Mercury typically works the most with. Now, why are we making a video about this when it happens 4 times a year? Because the sign that Mercury retrograde is in does affect the flavor. It's kind of like, yeah, all chocolate ice cream is the same, but when you got chocolate ice cream from option A and chocolate from option B, you do notice a bit of a taste difference, right? I do. Well, with this retrograde being in Sagittarius, I'm not going to lie, it gets a little uglier than the typical, because along with the travel, communication, and technical issues, we start to have some issues with our beliefs and our philosophies. And it's not necessarily issues so much as we start to realize that some things don't jive like they used to, or that some of these things that we're hearing that never made sense before suddenly kind of do. Now, some of you are totally into this. Some of you aren't. If you're not one of those people, my really super crazy helpful information is kind of done. But I do appreciate you hanging out. I do hope you subscribe for other crazy videos. But for those of you that are into this, I made a tarot spread just for this occasion. And we're going to check out some cards that are going to help us kind of navigate this a little better. For those of you that are new to this and kind of sticking around, I do appreciate you. This is called a collective reading. So this is something that as a whole we can do, but I do offer personal readings. Now we got that out of the way. Let's get the cards out and see what we got. Alright, now that we got all these out here, this is going to be a lot of information. So if you're one of those that likes taking notes and looking at everything later, grab your pen and paper now. Let's get started. Alright, so for this guy up here, this is where our most miscommunication issues are going to be. With this upright 9 of coins, that's telling me that our worst communication issues are how are we really standing with our money, our resources, all of our material stuff. So if I were you, this is where you're going to want to take a few hundred steps back and make sure that everyone is on the same page before spending anything, using anything. Check the stock before you use. And as far as things that you're going to want to revisit, review, or refine as far as your ideology, I love this one because this is telling me that you want to make sure that being a Knight of Swords type kind of person, that you're going after your goals with an ethical point of view. You're not stepping on toes just to get ahead. And most importantly, you've got a sense of honor about you that you know that this is the right thing to do and this is the right way to go about it. Now, as far as a decision to go with caution, we have a sideways temperance card. So definitely go with caution on whether or not you should go with the flow on something or fight that current with everything you got. And I love that because it definitely goes along with these guys very well. Double checking that stock before you move forward. Making sure that you're going after those goals with an ethical mind and an honorable heart. Double check yourself and make sure that every decision is actually in your best good before you jump in, because going with the flow or fighting that current is one of those things. Caution. Now, as far as how you're going to be handling these tech glitches, reverse Page of Wands, that's telling me that you're going to be impatient, you're going to be ready to throw things, and I get it. It does get vexing beyond all reason. But try and rein in that impatient temper and that want it right now attitude, because the only thing that's going to get you is a lot of trouble over the next few weeks. Now, a core belief or idea to examine. We have a sideways Page of Swords here. So you need to start asking yourself, am I using my logical mind or my emotional mind? And instead of just trying to find a clever way out of the situation, am I letting myself be stuck there? And also, as far as those clever ideas, did they come from you or are you borrowing them? You're an idealist, and not only that, you're a creative, cunning idealist. Let's try and make sure that those ideas are original. Now, as far as the map on whether or not you're going to be making decisions for your best good or if you're going to end up crashing and burning, we have a reverse Page of Coins. So this is telling me that if you aren't cautious, if you're not taking some of this advice to heart, you will likely crash and burn. You're going to have a bigger mess at the end of this retrograde than what you started with. So I'm definitely not trying to tell you what to do, but I definitely recommend maybe taking a point or two and making sure that you follow it a little more closely. Because as far as what's on the horizon, our final outcome after everything with the trajectory you're on right now, you're going to be looking at a lot of obstacles that you are not sure you're going to be able to face. It's going to be a lot of, oh my god, this anthill looks like frickin' Mount Everest type of situations. So, do as you please. I will never ever tell anyone what to do, but I can make a suggestion. Let's turn this camera back around and wrap this up, shall we? Alright, that was definitely a lot of information and a lot of crazy in a little bit of time. So if you need to go back and hit that a couple more times, no judgment whatsoever, because I know even for me, some notes were definitely going to need to be taken. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that was a collective reading, so that's more of an all of us kind of a thing. But if you would rather something a little more directed for you, abso-freaking-lutely, happy to do it for you. I do also offer virtual readings along with in person. So there are options even for those of you outside of my area. Now, the best way to go about that is to send me a message on either Facebook or Instagram. Either or is fine. Just look up Sam C. Seer, S-A-M, letter C, and then S-E-E-R. You'll find me with either one. And it'll be $10 for 10 minutes. Just whenever you message to set up your time, put retrograde so you can get that deal. Typically, it is $40 for half an hour, but for retrograde season, I'd try to cut y'all a break where I can. But if all of you made it this far, definitely appreciate you. You are awesome. Please leave a like if this video helped you out at all on getting ready. And don't forget to subscribe for more fun. Until next time, try to have a great day, guys. I got faith in you.